coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We out here pushing P, 33 years of prison stories. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go, let's get it. Hey man, ask yourself, am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Especially if you in a gang and you in prison. Well, today I'm gonna tell y'all a story, man, about how the gang life is that I witnessed in prison in VA. I don't know what's going on in these big cities and all this and all that. I'm just telling you what I seen and what I witnessed. So, you know, gang life might not be all it's cracked up to be. I know a lot of people come to prison. They think they want to get involved with gangs because they think that might get them numbers, might get them some protection. You know, they won't be alone, whatever the case may be. And a lot of that is true too. But it's also a flip side to that. You know, it's also a flip side to that. So I'm gonna tell y'all about that. But in the meantime, in between time, I need y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe. I need y'all to go out there and get subscribers. I need y'all to run these numbers up. I told you when we get to 150K, just like I said, 100K, we was gonna do a meet and greet. When we get to 150K, we doing another meet and greet, and it's gonna be in the city that we get the most subscribers from, and we're gonna make it happen. Whoever personally get the most subscribers to sign in will be my host in that city. So if you want me in your city, let's get it going, let's get it popping, let's get it happening. Let's go. TBP Nation, stand up. Big love. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Oh, yeah. So the gang life in VA that I witnessed, mostly facts. Mostly every gang dude that I seen in prison that got hurt and beat up real bad, or you know, whatever the case may be, has come from within the gang. Facts. Um, like all the reasons that dudes don't want to, the dudes do want to join a gang in prison. All of those factors is kind of true. You know, it's right. It's a lot of dudes. It'll keep a lot of dudes up off you. It'll keep a lot of dudes from doing something to you because those dudes may know they're gonna have to deal with a number of individuals. They're gonna have to deal with a lot of dudes. The gang dudes if you got a beef with a gang dude, it ain't gonna be no real, no one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? They gonna jump you, or they gonna try to plot on you to get you, or whatever the case may be. The only way you gonna get a one-on-one if y'all beefing right then and there and you pop it off. If you in the cell with them and y'all beefing, I'm gonna tell you right now, you might as well go ahead and do your thing. Cause as soon as he can get them doors open and he gonna tell them other gang members, they gonna plot on you and they gonna get you. That's just how it go. That's from what I seen and what I witnessed. So if you got a problem with a gang member and you in the cell with them, you might well go ahead on and get it over with, where it's a one-on-one, and the people gonna come to your door and y'all going from there to segregation, and then you know you can get away from the scene or whatever. Other than that, you probably gonna get stomped out, you know what I'm saying? Packed out, whatever y'all call it, wherever you from, they gonna get you. You know, and that was a big problem in the system when the gangs started to infiltrate the system and start being, you know, all over. At one point in time, it was a little bit of gang members in VA, and then they started being everywhere, and you couldn't even go on the camp without every block got some type of numbers of gang members in there. So that's just how it be. And they start putting them in cells, so you get a gang member in your cell, you already know what time it is. It could be a dude younger than you, it could be a dude that they ain't really, you know what I'm saying, done put the work in or the time in that you done put in. And at the same time, he gonna come in there and feel like he entitled to stuff. He gonna feel like he can get away with stuff because he got a gang behind him. You know what I'm saying? So most of the old timers, and you know, in VA anyway, we won't accustomed to gangs. So most of the old timers, they ain't going for. You put a gang member in the cell, he gonna tell you, bro, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip, they gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? So Most of the time, they avoid it. The old timers, they can avoid that type of stuff. But the young dudes, they really ain't got no choice. If you put the game him in the cell, he probably gonna be running the cell just on the fact that he got the numbers. But every time them gang dudes get a problem with one of their members, they put hands on them, man. They put hands on them, man. They make them fight 2 and 3 dudes at one time for a certain amount of time. I don't know they little, their rules and regulations, but I know they got to fight like 2 or 3 dudes at one time. So that's like 3 dudes pounding on you, and you fighting back, and what are they dropping knees on your elbows? Now I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but a lot of them I done seen a couple of these, whatever they call them, disciplines or whatever, but these dudes ain't really look like they can fight. You know what I'm saying? Because 3 dudes on you, man, on one person, you supposed to be going to the hospital. Now, I know they say they don't be trying to go all out, but it sure do look like they be trying to go all out on when I see it. You know what I'm saying? And I have seen some. There are some exceptions. I have seen some where they got dudes in there, they get down, can thump, can straight out fight, rumble, but I'm telling you, all of the dudes that I seen that got seriously hurt is been by their own gang member for something they violated, some type of information that came out about them, something about their charge, or they catch them messing with a boy, or they catch them doing some drugs and keeping it away from them, or just doing some flim flam stuff, and then they're gonna pull up on you. So you living under the prison rules, and then you living up under these gang rules. So you just automatically, the way you look at it, to me, the way I see it, you just a follower because you got to do everything that somebody else tell you to do. You ain't got no control over your life. You got to do what the administration tell you to do, and then you got to do what the gang members tell you to do. Now, if the gang members tell you to go against the administration, you got to go against the administration. So you gonna get more time, etc., etc., etc. So I don't know what they be thinking in their mind that this is a solution to to be better off in prison, because I don't see it. I don't see it. I done seen them dudes, man, do some of the most horrific stuff to their own kind. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta ask yourself, am I my brother's keeper or am I not? Because they consider themselves brothers. That's my brother, man. That's my gang brother, man. That's blood. That's Crip. That's GD. That's whoever the case may be. That's how they talk. But are you your brother's keeper? Because you also, be causing your brother's demise. And it's just like in real life, if your brother do something wrong in real life, you don't try to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? You try to uplift him. So their rules is if you do something wrong, then they gonna hurt you. And one of the worst ones I seen was when I was up there in the mountains. Now I seen these dudes with this dude all the time. He a part of them. He in the game. He do what they do. They eat. They I done seen them rumble with them where they done jumped other people. So some type of way, they got some information from the streets, which they with some gang members on the streets, what they call they big homies. They came in, and the information was that, dude that's in the game with them, he need to go. And he need to go out the big way because he told on another gang member on the street on this case that he on. But they don't know that. But they get this word from the street. Because before then they rocking together, they doing everything together. He a part of the system. So once they find out this information, they plot on old boy, man, some type of vicious, man, and he don't even know. He's still rolling with them every day, doing what they do, doing all their activities, all of this stuff. But at the same time, they had this white dude, they be leaning on jokers, man. They be leaning on jokers, especially if you act weak or got anything weak about you. I told you they got their own shower, they got their own phone, they taxing white dudes, they taxing scared little young black dudes. They doing their thing in there. They starting to put their strong arm down. So they got this white dude to do tattoos. So they make the white dude get all of their gang members free tattoos. That's his passage to stay in there without getting beat up, stay in there without getting robbed, stay in there without, what I'm saying, anybody else trying to take advantage of. They his protection, but in turn, he got to put that ink on all of them. They get the little Crip tattoos, this, that, and the third. He got to do that on their demand. So they tell old boy that they done got word now that he done told on one of their own that he gonna get this tattoo, and the white boy gonna do his tattoo at this certain time. So when these doors open, like I say, they open these doors up there in the mountains. You got they open the door 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. You get what you got to get in there. You go out, and the door is gonna be closed for 30 minutes before they open it for another break or hour, whatever the case may be. So they telling him they got to set up for him to go in here and get this tattoo. The white boy gonna take care of the tattoo. He like, okay, bet, boom, boom, boom. You know, we gonna have a lookout. They have a lookout. They go get in the shower. They got dudes standing on guard by the shower. They probably got that Bethlehem on them. Make sure you don't run down on one of the dudes in the shower in case you beefing with them. Everything they do, they got a little system set up where people look. So they say, look, we gonna have to look out for you. Da 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 da. Woo. He's saying, okay, he thinking he going to get a tattoo, right? And these his own brothers, his brothers keepers. He goes, when the doors pop, they got everything in order. He slides in the cell. They telling him when to slide. He slides in the cell with the white boy. He got the other one standing around, so he thinking that these two gonna stand by the door, woo, woo, woo. But as he slide in, they telling him to hold on. They waiting for the people to start closing the doors. When the people start closing the doors, two more dudes slide in with him. One of them is already in there, and him to get his tattoo. So you got the white boy in there, you got him in there to get his tattoo, you got another one of his brothers in there, and there are two more slide in. So you got three dudes in there with him, and the door's closed. Now other two come and watching the door and watching the booth, the pod that let people know, look, man, somebody coming in, they making a round, whatever the case may be. Boom. They get up in there, so when he get in there, he like, what's going on there? You know what I'm saying? All that's in here for the tattoo? Nah. They said, nah, blood. You know, well, not blood, but crib. You got to go, player. They say you did this, you told on this. You no, I ain't did it. They start whooping him, right? He making noise. People in the block, we like, what's going on there? You can hear this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can hear, all right, now, shut up. They and dudes slide to the door, keep him down. So they whooping him, gag him. Stuff sock all in his mouth, you know what I'm saying? Tie a sock around that, tell him to shut up, and he's trying to muffle and tell them that he ain't tell. They like, you did, man. We got the paperwork. We got the word from the street. You know what I'm saying? They tie this joker up, whoop on his body. Then they tell the white boy to tattoo on his forehead, I am a snitch. I am a snitch. Tattoo on this boy forehead, man. Man, how diabolical is that, man? What if the information you got from the street was incorrect? What if the information you got from the street had an agenda to it? You understand? You getting ready to scar somebody for life. And this is your brother. This is a part of your game. This is somebody you were just breaking bread with. Somebody you were just willing to catch a case for. Somebody that you was willing to go fight for. Push that Bethlehem for if somebody was coming at him. And now because you got some information from the street, this is what you doing to your brother? And y'all want to think you going to go to prison and be protected because you in a gang? It might be your gang member, your brother did be the reason that you don't be protected. He might be the cause of your demise. You understand? Man, they tattooed that stuff on that boy head and then they start whooping him again. The white boy in there knowing he's scared to death. He is petrified. They whooped him and they concealed that joint, and police don't make around, which he's supposed to. Don't make around. So they whooped that boy up in there for a whole good hour. Taking whoopings, got tattooed on his head. And when they finished tattooing him, to my understanding, they stomp him out, beat him down some more. So now he knotted up looking like Freddy Krueger, you know. So when the doors get open, They checking to make sure the people ain't looking. They doing the cell break. They drag him out and dump him in the floor. He laid out in the floor, knotted up, unconscious, bleeding, and he got "I am a snitch" tattooed on his forehead, man. On his forehead. And this ain't the first time I seen somebody beat somebody up and tattoo something on them. This is what's going on up in these prison walls, man. And a lot more that y'all ain't heard about yet. You understand me? Now, I'm so, like thinking about it, it even makes me mad to this day because I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? Even if the information was true, even if he was or he did tell on somebody, and we all know if you come to prison, if you tell, or especially back in the day, once upon a time, you come to prison and you told, then you gonna have a lot more problems, a lot more complications than in normal prison. But in my mind, I'm saying to myself, the way I've always lived my life, and especially in prison, when I see anything that happens this crazy, this violent, I always put myself in that scenario. Why? Because you have to, because you are not exempt from anything in prison. No matter what they tell you, you is not exempt. It can happen to you if you let it, if you allow it, if you don't fight against it. Whatever you see in prison can happen to you. Why? Because it happened. So you in prison. It happened in prison. It can happen to you. So you have to put yourself in that frame of mind. Like, what would you do? Every time you see a different move, you see a different altercation, you got to say to yourself, man, why? It's mentally you got to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like out on the street. It's a rap line. I forget the rapper who said. I think I know, but it might be T.I. But I remember the rap line that is stuck in my head. It's the same mentality. It say, "Prepare for the gunplay. You might encounter it one day." So that's the same mentality. When you see something, you got to be prepared for that, and just in case. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in prison. So when I think about that, and I look at that situation, I say to myself, bro, he gonna have to deal with that for the rest of his life. Even if he get out of prison, not knowing his situation, not knowing how much time he got that a tattoo, man. You don't mess that man face up for the rest of his life. Even if he could get out here in this new technology, he still got to go through whatever it is, lasers to get it. Rest of your life, bro. The next tattoo that I would have had to get on me if I was in that scenario was right up under "I am a snitch." Wherever it could have fit, "I am a killer." Cause I'm going somebody going, and hopefully everybody that was in the room, they got to go. They got to go, man. If I got to live with this for the rest, man, no sir, no sir. Now I don't know if he did it or didn't do it, but he's just a young dude too. He in his 20s, early 20s at that. You understand? So it just was, to me, it was disturbing. And I remember it being on my mind for weeks after it happened, weeks. You know what I'm saying? Just like, man, these young jokers they on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even, bruh. Whew, lordy, Lord, ooh, Lord. But yeah, and I'm talking about besides the tattoo, they hurt him bad, man. He was stomped out, knotted up, bleeding, and they doing all of this off of somebody word from this street who ain't got to pay for it, ain't got to be accountable for it, ain't got to get no time for it or nothing. This is all on y'all. If cases being given out for this, if you get caught, if he is a snitch, why would you think he ain't gonna snitch on y'all? All of that, you may get some more time in prison. All of this from somebody word on the street that ain't even going through what you going through. That ain't even dealing with what you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's some diabolical stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you locked up and you got to deal with the administration with whatever they say, eat when they say eat, sleep when they say sleep, go when they say go back, go forth, do whatever. If Simon says in prison, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Administration says that's what you got to do. And you got to do that, and you mean to tell me you gonna be under some more authority by being involved in a gang and think that's gonna make you safer? Man, you lying to me. But this is what's going on in there, man. But I just remember that scenario and that situation, and they had to medevac that boy out there. You know, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I won't privy to that information. I just know he was bad off, and he laid out there in that floor bleeding, and he did not come back to consciousness until a police in the booth. The police supposed to make his rounds didn't even make the round. The police in the booth noticed them laying on the floor and got on the joint and kept on, hey, 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 get up off the floor, get up. Until he realized he couldn't get up off the floor. That's when he called somebody to come in on the floor, and they locked us down. And when the floor officer came in there and got close to the boy and realized he was bleeding and unconscious, that's when they called the rest of the people. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up being locked down for a minute. Woo, woo, woo. They went and ran the cameras. They got the dudes that was in the cell. They got the dudes that was around the cell. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they got cases. I don't know that. But I know they came and took about 12 of them out there. About 12 of them. You know what I'm saying? Because now they got to get their stories together. They got to hold somebody accountable because this man got to go to outside medical facility and they're going to have to answer questions to that and they're going to have to do paperwork to that. So they ain't too bright up there with doing no paperwork. So they going to make somebody be accountable for it to answer the questions that's going to come from higher up, from Richard. You understand? But just to think about those type of scenarios to go on and a lot more. A lot more all because you in a game. You know what I'm saying? All because you know you affiliated. Now, could that have happened to you if the situation was true and you told on somebody? Yeah, it probably could have, but not like that. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Something else would probably could have happened. You know, somebody probably would have stepped to you if they know somebody that you told on or whatever. That's always a possibility in prison. But to that extent, and to that many people being involved to tie you up and to gag you and to tattoo you, I don't know if people would have went that far. But these are your brothers though. These are your brothers though. Your brother, is your brother your keeper or is your brother really your brother? You know what I'm saying? When you getting involved in this stuff. And I'm not saying all of these gangs is like that. I'm not saying this is the mentality of all of. I'm telling you, I seen that. I seen that. I witnessed that. I done witnessed them turning on each other at the drop of a dime. I done seen that. Have I seen them go to war for each other against other people? I've seen that too. I seen that too. There's a lot of dynamics with it, but I've seen it though. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to involve myself in nothing. So when people ask me, man, you ain't never joined no gang, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never joined this, that. I ain't joined nothing when I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but me and my survival. You know what I'm saying? Me and my survival. God in the squad. That's it. That's all I believed in was God to protect me and me to protect me. And if that weren't enough, then I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. I wouldn't be here. But I ain't doing nothing. I ain't had nothing against nobody. They did whatever they wanted to do because that's their own choice. I ain't got nothing against no gang members. I ain't got nothing against no religious groups. I ain't got nothing against no people that want to click up because they from a certain part of the city or they from a certain part of the town. Or I ain't got nothing against none of that. I just ain't get involved in that because I could even at a young age I could see that that didn't benefit me no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, was I ever involved in things where they had like, boom, this against DC or woo woo woo? Yeah, I was because they coming directly at me. You know what I'm saying? They coming directly at me. So I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never get to the point where I'm just saying, I'm just moving off of this just because of that. Cause it won't like that in Virginia. You could choose what you wanted to be involved in, what you wanted to represent. And I'm gonna represent me first. You understand me? Me first. So yeah, but I'm telling you, and if I had a brother in there, somebody that was my partner, especially or even from my home city, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for him if he willing to stand up for himself. If he willing to stand up for himself. But and I ain't just saying this just because of where I'm from, but DC dudes won't even into that. We ain't into that. We gonna bank you. Nah, we gonna make sure you get a one-on-one. If you willing to, if you trying to rumble, we gonna make sure you can fight one-on-one with whoever you want to fight with. Ain't nobody gonna jump in. So if you consider that clicking up or whatever, then that's what it is. But nah, that's some Bama stuff, man. Go get 4-5 dudes to jump on one dude. Come on, man. Who does that? Obviously, some people do it, but nah, we ain't into that. That ain't the culture that we come from. You know, if you think you bad enough and you feel like you got an issue, then square up and get busy and let the chips fall where they may. You know, you want to go get the Bethlehem, go get yours. I got mine. Let's get it. Let's do it. You know, but I ain't never been with that. I think that's me personally, my own personal opinion. I think it's cowardice to get 2 or 3 or 4, 5 dudes to jump on one dude. That's the same thing that the police do. But we, you know, denounce the police. That's what they do. That's why the police can control the penitentiary, because they got numbers. You understand? They got numbers. When they come to get you, one person, they come in 8, 9, 10, 15 deep with Ninja Turtle suits on. So why is you gonna condemn that and be a part of that? So that's the way I look at it. But anyway, I'm just letting you know. Newsflash, PSA. If you out here, you should not be out here trying to go to the penitentiary. But a lot of y'all are, because you out here testing your your fate every day. You roll the dice with your life every day when you out here gang banging and robbing and stealing and shooting, and you know what I'm saying, talking about some you standing 10 toes, you gonna be standing in concrete, on concrete, you know, and these gonna be some of the things you gonna be faced with. Straight like that. If you think you're going to get in the penitentiary because you are part of this organization or that organization, that you're going to be better off in the penitentiary, that you're going to be more safe, I'm just telling you. It may not be the wolves on the outside that get you, but the termites on the inside that eat you alive. Just keep that in mind and stay on the street. Stay free. It ain't safe in there. It definitely ain't. Y'all be safe, be smart, man. Make good decisions, man. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. In the comments, leave a comment and talk to me. Let me know what you think. You know, we on the road to 150, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Tell a friend and tell a friend, man. We out here. We pushing P, and we ain't gonna stop. Duck them hooks, man. They out there, and duck that penitentiary at all costs. Cause when you go, you're going by yourself. Boom.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. You know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.